In a certain country, there was a prince who lived in a palace with his wife and young child. They owned a loyal dog, and people marveled at the relationship between this dog and the prince's family. The dog held a special place in the prince's heart. He treated it like family and considered it a faithful friend that accompanied him on all his journeys, even when he went hunting. One day, the prince's wife passed away suddenly, and the prince mourned her deeply. After some time, he decided to go on a hunting trip to forget his sorrow and start anew, but he was perplexed about what to do with his child. Who could he trust to take care of his son? He chose his loyal dog for this important task, believing it was the most suitable option. The prince set off on his trip, but he couldn't enjoy it because his canine friend was not with him as usual, and he was worried about his only child with the dog. So, he decided to return home early. As the prince approached his home, the dog came running from a distance, howling loudly and covered in blood. The prince was terrified and began to scream at the dog, asking what had happened, while the dog jumped around him. The prince ran into the house in a panic and rushed to his child's bed, only to find it empty, with bloodstains all over the covers and the house. The prince was horrified and screamed angrily. He drew his sword and rushed toward his dog, killing it on the spot, without heeding the dog's cries or showing it any mercy. Instead, he felt nothing but anger and regret for leaving his child in the dog's care without human supervision, and he started to cry and fell apart. While he was crying, he heard his child's voice. He quickly got up and rushed to find him, discovering his son in the next room playing on the floor with a wolf-like creature lying on the ground, covered in blood. At that moment, he realized that his child was still alive. The prince continued to cry in remorse for what he had done and understood that the dog hadn't killed his child but had instead slain the wolf that had tried to eat him. He hurried back to save his dog, but he found it had died. Since that day, the prince never smiled again, living in sadness and regret for wronging his most loyal friend. Feel free to adjust any parts as needed. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get all the latest updates.